So 30 minutes for Guru-katha. A small announcement. So Taipriya and Vishambara Prabhu said that the second part of 108 dishes are ready. Those devotees who yesterday made the offering, and Guru Maharaj left. Guru Maharaj left. It's okay. So maybe at the beginning of the third block we can do this. It's Varshana. Prabhu, an announcement about future Japa sessions with Guru Maharaj. We are going to change the link, not right away, but still we will have another link for Zoom conference. We will prepare the link and it will be posted, published on Guru Maharaj's website in his blog, and it will also be posted on the groups of disciples of Guru Maharaj. Please don't share this link to any charts or to Facebook, anywhere. Don't share it, because last time, thanks to that, we had some unwanted guests. Yeah, good. So I give the floor to Abhinanda Prabhu. Abhinanda Prabhu, welcome. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. We continue our Nectarian festival of Guru-katha, and as we would like to create this ambience, I would like to ask Mataji Govinda Vallabha to start this blog, or in fact continue, and share Nectarian stories, because she had very close association with Guru Maharaj, and I'm sure we have a lot of devotees here who can share their stories, but they don't, they feel a little bit shy. So we are going to start a Guru-katha blog and share regularly there your stories. We welcome everyone to share your stories there. But now we give floor to Mataji Govinda Vallabha and we proceed. Hare Krishna, yes, I join your words because honestly, I'm very surprised that we have so many senior devotees here who had personal association. Ishani, Savyasachi, but you gave the floor to me so I can share what I know, what happened to me, some stories, and what I heard from the devotees. Let's continue with the topic of the sword that is in. That's a very serious story. I was lucky, I can say I was lucky to feel that mood when Guru Maharaj took his sword out. It happened 2 times to me. It was unforgettable because for Mataji it is not easy to survive such a situation. But I can share, once it happened in Switzerland when he came for retreat. Bhakti retreat, I think it was called, something like that. A lot of Maharajas were there, and they cooked for them, and I had a chance to get darshan, and Guru Maharaj said, I offered my plan to him. Usually every year he asks me, do you have a plan? And then he checks what I've done and what I'm going to do. So I tried to present it to him. And then he says, now I will decide. I will tell you what I'm going to do and what you are going to do. And I was just, taken aback, like, whoa, what's going on? So I understand it's useless to no negotiations. And the second time, last year, when Maharaj was in Budapest, as you remember, he announced that he will uh, stay in one place for a long time and will stay there, and will get treatment. And I learned that he was in Hungary, in Budapest, and I wrote to him that I would like to come and serve him. And one more devotee said she wanted to come too. So, and we sent to the temple president. I think the temple president told Guru Maharaj, and I think Guru Maharaj was furious because he sent me a letter. And you remember, oh, this letter, it was distributed to all disciples. I was just crushed, you know. I was smashed, crushed. He never talked to me in a tone like that. And he wrote that you should not make plans for, you know, what he said was, you, okay, just let me remember. Maybe somebody wants to come here and serve me, he said, but it is up to me. Don't make your plans for me instead of me. So that was the general tone of the letter, the email. And in a week or two, his personal servant wrote to me, Guru Maharaj is merciful. He changed his mind. She can come and cook. So that was my experience that I personally underwent. And I remember this example of Acharya when he wanted to survive the um, fury of Lord Chaitanya. This is quite a tough story, but I also would like to say that as Vrindavaneshwari in her offering mentioned about this endless, huge love of Guru Maharaj towards his disciples. Krishna loves us. That is why Guru Maharaj also loves us and takes care of us. And yesterday I told that story about Facebook that Maharaj was ready to register on Facebook under some false name just to find his disciples there. And the other story is that Guru Maharaj, there was a devotee who had some difficulties, and Guru Maharaj paid for the air ticket for this devotee, paid for her festival, sent her to the festival, arranged everything with the temple president for for service to her. He took care, even from the material standpoint, um, about her. And we are so grateful to Guru Maharaj, and we want to reciprocate to him. And there's a great opportunity to cooperate and serve together with other devotees. This is what Guru Maharaj appreciates so much. And I have that opportunity to serve Tota Gopinath Prabhu and Adi Govinda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu Mataji, Nitya Manjari Mataji, and Anandini Mataji. We served together to Gurudev, and it was so blissful. We had so many stories. It can be an endless tray of stories. I will share the most joyful one. I wanted to tell you about the humor, the sense of humor of Maharaj, which is extraordinary, and he uses his humor to burn down our false ego and promote our service. There are no limits, no boundaries in service, especially to Guru Maharaj. Sometimes he puts us under such conditions or pressures that it is just impossible to serve. You need to be determined, you need to be organized, disciplined. For example, been through many we've been through many situations and had many opportunities. It happened many times that we would come to Belgium and there was no tableware, nothing to cook with, and we had to arrange for everything. And of course, Guru Maharaj finally was very pleased with our efforts. So the story is once when Maharaj was on a very strict diet, you remember, everyone remembers this time, he couldn't eat salt, nothing. And we tried to invent, you know, some extraordinary recipes. I would call devotees in US and everywhere. And we tried so many things, so many dishes, especially sweets and baked goods. So I hid everything, all my failures in the kitchen, and then Tot Gopinath comes for Guru Maharaj, and I thought that some muffins that I baked without soda, they were good. Without baking soda, they were good. I thought that, but they were of some grayish color, you know. So I left the kitchen, and Guru Maharaj uh, entered, and Tota Gopinath started serving him. So, and Tota Gopinath says there were some sweets there, and then he takes out the sweets that were a failure. And I wasn't shocked, and I'm screaming, no, no, that's not that. Just hide it away. And then he takes out another tray with another failure, and Guru Maharaja sees what a nightmare I have done there, and I wanted just to disappear from the face of earth. And Guru Maharaj looked at me and said, "Can I eat that?" And then he told me a story. You know, this color of these muffins reminds me when I was a child. I watched cartoons about a Superman, and this Superman, it was impossible to kill him with anything, but there was some gray paste that could kill him, and these muffins remind me of this great thing. I was devastated to hear this. Everyone was laughing, you know, for them it was funny. Guru Maharaj was laughing, but myself, I felt devastated. I couldn't even smile. I was so serious because, yeah, this made me want to be better, to make better. And one more story. In Mayapur last year, in December, we were cooking for Guru Maharaj, and I uh, I I bought some fruits and brought them from Germany to Mayapur, and we had pears, very nice pears, high quality, delicious, from Belgium. So, and I offered them for breakfast. And at some point, these pears ran out. And then some Mataji brought Chinese pears. We looked at them and they were a little bit straight, but still, we cut them down. We had some doubts whether to serve them to Guru Maharaj or not. Then I tasted it, but I didn't, but because I thought that pears are very good for digestion. That is why we should offer them to Guru Maharaj. And when Guru Maharaj tasted them, he asked, "What kind of pears are those?" Those pears, Guru Maharaj said, are not from China, they are from hell. Have you tried those pears? You know, I have so many stories, so many stories. Guru Maharaj, you know, in such stories, he teaches us, he takes care of us, he loves us, and he waits, he's looking, he expects some good service from us, cooperation, working together, and we are so grateful to him for being able to do at least
Харе
something.
Кришна, спасибо большое.
Hare
Мы
Krishna, thank you so
такой
much.
нектар, не знаю, как для кого, но для меня очень
Such,
нектарно.
such
И
nectarian
я хочу
stories,
сейчас представить
at least for
следующего,
me. I'd
следующего
like to
спикера,
introduce
следующего
the next
выступающего,
speaker,
ученицу, дорогую
a
ученицу
disciple
Гуру Махараджа.
of Guru, a dear disciple of Guru
Это
Maharaj,
Матаджи Ратнавати
Mataji
Деваси.
Ratnavati.
И если пару слов о ней сказать,
Uh,
мы разговаривали с одной
I
из
can
старших
say a couple
преданных, с
words
ученицей,
about
она
her.
говорит,
Recently, I
ну я
talked
у нее
to
спрашиваю, на мой
one
взгляд,
senior
она очень
devotee,
энергичная, вот
disciple
эта
of
Матаджи, ну я
Guru
как бы видел
Maharaj, and
из общения
I
вообще
said
все
she's
время,
so energetic and
и
she's
она очень
so
энергичная,
humble and she has
и
so much
мне она понравилась не
energy.
очень, а
And
очень-очень-очень,
and
прям
this
так
devotee said
обслуживание
not
гуру,
very
не
energetic, but
знаю,
very,
сколько
very,
очень,
very, very, very,
поэтому очень
very
благоприятно
energetic.
пообщаться
So many very
с Матаджи.
satisfied. It
Давайте
was
мы
so
попробуем
nice.
сейчас
I'm so happy to
сказать пару
introduce
слов из
this
личного общения.
matter to
Ну,
you,
судя по
and she will
отношению, да,
share
как она
about
очень
her personal
эмоционально
experience with Guru. She is very emotional.
говорила, я думаю,
She was
будет
talking very
все так же
emotionally.
нектарно
So
продолжение.
I'm looking forward. I'm expecting some nectar.
Да.
Shall I start? Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances once again. In 90s, We knew nothing about Krishna consciousness. We just came to the society, met Prabhupada's books, devotees, and after some time they told me, you need to meet your guru. And I asked them, who is a guru? And they told me it's a spiritual teacher. And I understood who a teacher was, but I didn't really know who a spiritual master was. So, and they said, where is guru? They said, in Moscow, you need to go to Moscow. You just come to the temple and seek him there. So devotees gave me the instructions. So I went to Moscow. I asked for directions where to go, how to find the Hare Krishna center, and how to find this guru. And the devotees told me, Paramatma will help you. So I realized that, yeah, devotees are very wise. There's some mystery and some mysterious Paramatma will gonna help me. When I went out of the subway, there were four ways I could go. I didn't know where I should go. Just in case I had Bhagavad Gita with me. I was holding it in my hands. I was looking around, waiting for Paramatma to help me. And then I see a Hare Krishna person in Shafran. Okay, Paramatma helped me. And I hurried. He was walking on the other side of the road. It took me just a few seconds to run towards him across the road, and I told him, please help me to find Russian devotees. And I talked to him in Russian, and he said yes in English. And I thought, well, Paramatma didn't know I don't speak English. And I was giving him Bhagavad Gita and saying, I need this, I need this. And he showed me where to go. And that was enough. So, and he just had a walk around the temple, just 200 meters. Maharaj was just 200 meters from the temple. He was walking without his servant. But what struck me about this person was his smile, because his smile enlightened the whole space around him. I was so much struck by it. When I entered the temple, I got to the class, to the lecture. He entered the class, and it was my first lecture. And then this devotee comes to give a lecture, and I was like wondering, oh my goodness, this devotee, he's giving a lecture, and I was told this is the guru, and I was like shocked. Krishna showed me the guru, and I come for a few days in a row listening to guru, and some devotees told me Niranjana Swami is he's a guru, he's giving a class. But I just remembered that he was guru. I didn't remember his name. And in 90s, I was just a random person who came from the street, knowing nothing. I was so happy to see this person. He was so soft, gentle, and he was a guru. The main thing, because devotees told me you need to meet a guru, you need to find a guru. That's what they told me. So I was listening to guru, his lectures. I was following the instructions of the devotees from my hometown. And at the end of the class, Niranjana Swami, he coughed a little and said, can I ask you about one thing, a favor? And there I was all ears, because I was looking forward to hearing what he was going to ask us for. And he said, uh, can you come tomorrow to the class in a sari and cover your head? And I look around, and there were about 50 women in jeans and their heads not covered. And I just now realize that a guru is somebody who teaches by his own example. Every moment of association with him, with guru, is precious. Guru is the one who leads you. And of course, after that, I started cutting my hair, having my hair cut, and wearing jeans. So next day, I again am around the temple, came to listen to the class. I'm wondering who is Guru, and all devotees says, let's go to the darshan. And I asked what a darshan is. Okay, a guru is I at least now have some idea what a guru is. I have no idea what a darshan is. And I was not wearing sari. I just joined the movement. So we come to the darshan. There was a big room, and all disciples are sitting there, just devotees, not only disciples. I don't know whether they were disciples or not. And there's a class, and I feel like darshan is no different from a class because we sit there, listen to his lecture, to Guru Maharaj talking, and then he asks, does anybody have any questions? I was, I was just a newbie, so, but Paramatma still inspired me to ask a question. I said, I've read Bhagavad Gita, but I don't know how to live further. And he says, you need to leave aside and come to live to the temple. And I politely said, okay. He told me that, but then I was told that that is a darshan. You got some personal instruction. I had no idea. What does it mean to leave everything and to go to the temple? It took me 2 months to quit my job until I realized the Guru has told me to leave everything and go to live to ashram. That is how I learned how Guru changes your life. So in 2 months, I came and never looked back. There was
And you
no
know,
way back because Guru said, and the first
and the
lecture,
first lecture about Bhakti Shastras, again, Bhakti Shastras, Guru said you must go to Bhakti Shastras, whatever Guru says you should do. I went to Moscow and it wasn't easy to study. Again, I had a missing meeting with a spiritual master, and I was allowed to come to see the spiritual master in Moscow. It was in Sukharevo. And the devotees told me, can you please take Mahaprasadam from Maharaj? And I said, how will I take, go and ask, give Mahaprasadam? How will it be done? And I decided to buy a cake in Begovaya. There were some stalls, and I asked Guru Maharaj after darshan, after the lecture. There was a program at the flat, and and I told Guru Maharaj, it's difficult. We are studying, and it's not easy. And devotees asked to bring Mahaprasadam from you, and I decided to buy a cake. But for it to become Mahaprasad, you will need to take a spoon and to eat a spoonful of it, and the rest the devotees should have, you know. And I understand that it would be better if I give you this cake, but they asked, please understand what in situation I am in. And Guru Maharaj smiled and told, take the spoon. I took the spoon. It was at a flat. I take a small spoon, gave him small spoon, and as he was asked, he took this small spoon of it, and he told me, okay, here you are, here is your cake. So this is our wonderful spiritual master. And all the rest, thank you so much. I can tell a lot of stories, but I'm just like reminiscing. So the Guru is who leads us. So he says something and you follow him. That is Guru. That I understood. And a glimpse of association changes your life. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much. You have nectarian stories, Ratnavati Mataji. And 3 seconds. We were talking now to Vrajakishore Prabhu. In continuation of his stories, he said that our Guru is higher than demigods. He has confirmation how deep, how many mystical points happen. If to find it out, it means you get to experience his special mercy. Otherwise, it's so close. And now I want to ask Mataji, who will be now speaking. She is also in the category of senior disciples, and you will understand why when you listen to her story. So I'd like you to listen attentively. Gurusundari Mataji, please. Can you please tell a few words about Guru Maharaj? Hare Krishna devotees, my humble obeisances to you, glories to Srila Prabhupada. I will be very quick. Guru Maharaj, I don't speak English, that's why Guru Maharaj, when he comes to us, of course, I associate in Russian with him. And it was when Guru Maharaj came to Lipetsk, And it was our small town, and also coming of a spiritual master is a very big event. We had serious preparations. I participated in arrangements. Guru Maharaj lived in my apartment. My mom and I were preparing the flat to make it as warm as and as clean as possible. Of course, we didn't sleep a night. There were 3 days of programs, and we cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We needed to organize it, and he didn't talk to me in any way all these 3 days. And when Guru Maharaj was leaving, I was seeing him off in the corridor. He was putting on his shoes, and I was waiting. So this is the moment when the Guru Maharaj will turn to me and will tell me, "Thank you, Gaura Sundari. You were doing such a big job." I wanted to get some reciprocation for some feedback. So Guru Maharaj put on his shoes and left. And I followed him. I was driving him to the airport. We saw him off, and I had some strange feeling. I exerted so many efforts, and Guru Maharaj didn't appreciate it, so I was worried about it. And I shared with Mataji Shani, and she listened to me. And smiling, she says, "You know, Guru Sundari, the ones who are admitted as servants, they are not thanked." And it all just clicked in my place. I understood that now I never want to say any thanks from Guru Maharaj, and thanks will be in a fact that I will have a chance to serve the spiritual master. So this is the best gratitude from the spiritual master, and I'm very grateful to my good brothers and good sisters through who the Guru Maharaj is represented. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, thank you for the nectarian talk. It's opening of the heart, I would say. And next speaker is who has 1 minute left, but you will think it's Mataji from very far away California. So she is in special category because her name is Nitya Manjari. Why she is in special category? Because she has a different time zone, and they were speaking at that Guru-katha so much fired away that they weren't sleeping. So they kept awake all night, and through Govinda Valabha they were calling, and now she is with us, and would like to hear her because it's nectarian devotees. Please.
Харе Кришна, на каком языке мне говорить? Давайте на русском тогда. Я просто не ожидали. Да, не ожидал. Да. Продолжение Гаура Сундари.
I didn't expect this Mataji to know Russian and to speak Russian. Hare Krishna, it's such a pleasure to see you all. The story is as follows. I was in Boston. I served Maharaj, it was a long time ago, and devotees there are not so many, and I needed to make breakfast. And given that I wasn't a real cook, but still I cook, and I know that what Maharaj should have for breakfast, and I usually do make breakfast for Maharaj. And of course, we want to make it all better, not just as it should be, but I want to add a special flavor to make it better how I like, the way I think it should be, the way I make this porridge. I did it once, I did it twice, some time passed. Maharaj eats, no problems, no issues. Again, there is no thanks, like Guru Sundari says, well, okay, I'm used to, nice. Again, Maharaj comes, again, I cook breakfasts. And there was some time, there was a year, or maybe more. And again, I come to Boston. Again, I make some porridge. Again, he has some breakfast. Again, I come from the kitchen. And he looks at me with silent eyes. I'm not sure whether he likes it or not. I want to feel the reciprocation. I want to show that I did a cool thing like I do. The way it's tastier when I do it, the way I cook. At least a little bit of what you need according to the diet, but it's nice, tastier. And he is in a dining room. He chants japa, and I come in into the doors, hoping so. Give me the feedback. That's what I'm thinking. And he turns to me like that and says, "Finally, this time you made the porridge like I like, not like you like." So what else can be said? Nothing else can be said. It was a lifelong lesson. As Srila Prabhupada says, when Guru asks water, don't give him milk. This very time, it seems that I didn't add something of mine. And with Krishna's mercy, I cooked the way it should be, not the way I wanted to be. And it was a very nice experience for me that I was telling everyone about. How wonderful our Maharaj is, and how well he can put us where we belong for the rest of our life. Please appreciate each second. I know you appreciate, but again, please live with him in your heart always, each moment. Keep him in your heart, never forget him. Because no one will give you more happiness in this world than the understanding that we're very lucky in this life. Very lucky. We don't even sometimes understand. I go here in the streets where people don't understand what they do. But we understand. We are very lucky. We are very fortunate. It's great mercy. It's great Krishna's mercy that we were sent such a devotee that is looking after us, who is carrying us here, who is pulling us with our braids and shake us from this material world back to Godhead. Be all happy, dear devotees. Please be happy. So, dear devotees, I hope that we can live every day in this mood. We will accept your words as a blessing for all devotees, all disciples. Thank you so much. And we come to the following block. Dear Vaishnavas, it's again an announcement about new link in Zoom. It will be tomorrow. On Sunday and on Monday, there will be Japa sessions according to usual links. As of Wednesday, there will be a new link, and the old one will not be able anymore. So anyone who you know, please share this information with them that the link will be on Guru Maharaj's blog website and will also be sent to groups in these 3 days till Wednesday. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Do we have more time or are we going to the next block? As far as I understand, we have 5 or more minutes while Maharaj is coming. Oh, wonderful. So then I'd like 5 minutes. Vraja Kishore, Prabhu, to say a few words.
Сейчас, Враджа Кишор Прабhu, не слышно.
Okay, Vraja Kishore Prabhu, we can't hear you. You need to click one time. Yes, now we can hear you. Thank you for your trust. I didn't serve the spiritual master in that way. I forgot to say a few words about you, but so from Belarus, I do charity program Food for Life, and I also try to serve devotees who are my God brothers and God sisters. I was already mentioned, I just have a kid nearby. The wife have to go to the hospital urgently. But as a family, we know I like the mood now. It's not just biological family that have gathered here that stays biological. Our relatives are our relatives. But in relations with us, when we come in touch with spiritual master, they also have some happenings. For example, my mom chants for rounds and goes to Bhagavatam every day because Vraj told her 20 years ago that you will die in a year, but nevertheless, 19 years have passed and she goes to Bhagavatam, she chants for rounds. There is something mystical going on. She understands it and she sees it, but she doesn't fully perceive it. So my story is related with my father. He was from the military man. He was a military boss in a secret object. Now it can be said in a nuclear place to deal with nuclear missiles. And he had a very different ideologies. Some American organizations, some gurus, some KGB were asking questions around, so he was a little bit stressed out. So that time I was serving, but my father always made friends with me. He made friends with me, and he said, "Your friends are my friends." And using this trust of his, I invited devotees to distribute books, distributed books. We lived in Bobruisk. He lived in a cottage house, and devotees lived in that flat. And one time I was making presents for him, and I gave him one book by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Lilamrita. He liked reading. He's a library man, so he was reading this book, I guess, in 2 days, because I gave it him for his birthday. And he said that was a really cool guy. He said it about Prabhupada. And I said, okay, Prabhupada liked him. It's all good. And then he made Prabhupada's portrait. He carved it with special grounds, and he told him, "Hey, give this to your gurus. This present." He is like a military man. He was used to giving orders. Guru Maharaj smiled, and I asked him, "Does he look like Srila Prabhupada?" And he gave it to me. And this portrait seemed to have found way to another devotee. And in 5 minutes, I want to say the very essence. My father left his body, and there are a lot of psychologists, humanitarian people, etc. And one of such psychologists, he gave me a good idea that it's possible to adjust some values, some relationships with father. I had quite spoiled them by the end of the life. But one of the days when devotees stayed at my home and I was in Kaliningrad, and that time I was dealing with Life there. I gave them keys, they came, they started distributing books. And maybe you know such a devotee as Nitai Karuna, he also lived there. Shukadeva, Shalagram, such kind of devotees, Govinda Valabha, they live there. Chaitanya Nitai, such famous book distributors. And they lived at my house. And then Nitai Karuna tells me they were in the city center distributing books, and he gives him a book, some Bhagavad Gita, I guess, and says, "Take my book." And my father, they didn't know that it's my father. He lived in a cottage house, and he says, "I have like one already." And they ask him, "Where from?" And he says, "I already have three or two like books like this. It will be a third one or fourth one." Then Nitai Karuna, he is a very communicative man, says, "Where do you know these books from?" He says, "You live at my house." And he says, "So Rajakishore is your son?" "Yeah, yeah, that's the way you call him. Slavik is my son. Yeah, I can't remember his new name." And then Nitai Karuna called all those devotees and said, "Devotees, come here." And from all these places where they were distributing books, they were at market openings, they came. And when we saw Govinda Vallabha and Chaitanya Nitai, my father, I mean, He said, "You don't hug me in front of everyone." So they recognized each other, but still they came up and they all embraced my father. And when they were leaving, he was crying. He told me, "Okay, give me your book." And Nitai Karuna told me later, he said, "You have a pure devotee here." And I'm telling him what kind of a devotee he is. He drinks vodka and eats meat. What kind of pure devotee can it be? How can he be a pure devotee? But this touched Nitai Karuna. He said, he told a story in other places. And once I was writing of one of the last offerings, I was writing it to my master and decided to write this story because my father already left. Sorry, he already died. I had two dreams. He was very maybe offended when relatives come to your dream. It's true. It truly happens. It's such a meeting is a true one. And then when I had a training, there is such Adipurusha Prabhu, he taught us such trainings and Bhakti Shastras. My father, in the second dream it was okay. The third dream, I told a story that he accepted Sankirtana devotees at home. He wanted to distribute the mission. Prabhupada cared, and I accepted him as disciple. And now I can hear a dream. And the book in this dream, from a market from somewhere, there comes my father. He has legs with black hoofs, and he comes and he has some kind of broom in his hands. He comes and sincerely says, "Son, thank you. It's all right with me. I already got help." And it happened after Guru Maharaj read the offering. And at that time, I was reading the fifth canto about the Pitriloka and about the duties of the son, that he can save his father. I saw that psychologists can save a person when he's still alive, but after death, no. And it's just what's related. By Yamaraj, it's greatness of our Guru Maharaj. It includes connection. I don't know how to call it in our mundane language. He is grateful to our people who participate. That is a small story, a little bit messed up.
Я до сих пор это вот не могу забыть, вот это вот величие с каждым
I can't forget it for many years, and every year, every time I see the glory of my spiritual master. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Hare Project Kishore Prabhu. Yes, of course, devotees, they are tired of sitting before the screens and hearing for many hours. And such stories are very relevant right now, because you were telling the story, and I remember that one devotee, he confessed that he was hearing and hearing from devotees, and he said, "I remembered my last life." And everybody, they were stunned, and they asked him what your life was like. And he said that we were running in a plane with my friends, and I remember that there were
horses, and there was a dust under their feet, and then I don't remember. And so everything changes in our lives, and we cannot even remember. And thank you, everyone, for being here, for your patience. And I'm very grateful to all the participants and all the organizers. Hare Krishna.
На
And
самом
let's.
деле, Абхинанда Прабhu, я извиняюсь, Гуру
Abhinanda
Махарадж только
Prabhu,
что написал, что он присоединится в
I'm sorry.
15 минут, то есть
Guru
осталось
Maharaj
15
said
минут
that
всего, поэтому можно еще что-то
he will join
рассказать.
in 8 minutes. So somebody can also say some words. And so uh, let's uh, let's do it. So the next devotee will be Mata Tara. Mata Chitara, she's a devotee who preaches directly since 1990s. This is the person, and I didn't see many people who preaches directly, openly. And she was working in a factory, and there were some officials coming. And when they come, many people they don't preach openly, but Mata Chitara, she switched on a cassette, and she asked her, "Please come to my house, and I will show you all the documents." And so this official, she came to her house, and Mata Chitara, she served her prasadam, uh, and then she switched on a cassette. And so the next day, when Mata Chitara, she was in the street, some person took all the documents, and when she came to the officials, they said that you can be imprisoned. And she said, and this official, this official was in this situation, and Mata Chitara, she said, you can come to me, it's all okay. And so let's hear from Mata Chitara. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my obeisances and please bless me in your heart so I can open my heart. I will try to be, I will try to speak not so long, but usually I can't stop. In 1995, Guru Maharaj, he came to Donetsk temple, and it was a private house, and devotees, they couldn't finish the construction. And so this was a wooden house. One devotee, and one devotee, he got some Lakshmi to buy shoes for brahmacharis, and he went in the street and he found this house and he decided to buy this house. So you can imagine how cheap this house was. And so before that, the devotees, they made programs just in an apartment. And in 2 or 3 years, they built a house, a bigger house, and the second floor. And there was stairs on the second floor. And Guru Maharaj came. And was the first time when I understood, when I felt his power. And I wanted to give something, something the best that I had. And I didn't understand this desire. And now I can understand that my soul, that my soul wanted me to give to give him to himself, to Niranjana Maharaj. And at that time, I didn't understand it. And so I thought, what best thing do I have? And this was earrings. The best thing that I had was earrings. And I wanted Maharaj to not to deny it, because you can imagine it's my earrings. I wanted to give my earrings to him. And I want to reveal a secret to you. And he said, okay, you should go there by yourself. A devotee told me, you should go there, but you can give your earrings to Maharaj, but you should go yourself. And this was a small room. And so Maharaj was sitting in a sofa. And this devotee said, you will be alone. You should bring your earrings. There will be no translator, and you will be alone. And when I came in, I bowed down, and the first thing I said, please, please don't deny. And I gave him my earrings, and he was looking at them and laughed. And I said, you can do anything with them. You can put them in Radhakund even. And Maharaj, he was smiling, and he was, he took these earrings. He didn't say anything, and there was a miracle. The next year, 1996, it was the 100 year anniversary, celestial anniversary of Srila Prabhupada. And we were 5 Matajis who on the plane who flew to the Holy Dham. So we were 5 Matajis. Can you imagine? It was minus 30 degrees, and when we came there, it was plus 30 degrees. And so we felt like in the spiritual world. It was like a fairy tale. And I didn't understand many things, I was behind them, behind these Mataches. They were all the disciples of Maharaj. And the most interesting thing was we went to kirtans and lectures, and in the evening, in in a small room in Mayapur, where Maharaj lived. Can you imagine? It's 9 p.m. and many disciples came in that room, around 30 people. And I thought that it was Maharaj who asked his devotees to come, but actually it was the devotees, his disciples, who wanted to come to him. And he was tired after all the programs. But he saw the desire of his disciples to come into his room. And he allowed them to come, he invited. Everybody came with Mahaprasadam from Radha Madhava. And the Guru Maharaj said, okay, come in. And in a second, everybody was sitting in that room. And when I came, I couldn't sit because this room was so small. And so I sat maybe in 1 meter, like away from Maharaj, from his lotus feet. And Maharaj, he started to distribute everything which devotees brought. And he distributed Mahaprasadam. Everybody ate, and everybody ate everything. And he looked at his servant and said, do you have anything? Nothing? And the servant said, there is your diet. And the Maharaj said, please, please bring it. And so the servant looked at us and please don't eat what Maharaj eats. But Maharaj started to distribute his diet also to everybody. And I stretched out my hand. I didn't stretch out my hand. And Maharaj said, you don't want mercy? And this desire of Maharaj to give everything, he gives 100% of what he has. I didn't see. I couldn't imagine that he didn't think even he would give everything. Everything. And also, there was one episode that I wanted to tell you about. And when we gathered, Guru Maharaj looked at all of us and he said, Actually, everybody will go to the spiritual world. Everybody, like birds who fly in a row to the south. Because every bird, he should use uh, their they should fly themselves. I give you this knowledge. I give you this knowledge, and this is one of and this is one of the stones that you can use, and the next is you should use your own efforts to go. This is the house of Prabhupada. This is, but in every town and in every city, there are rooms of this house of Prabhupada because and that's why we're one family. And before I continue, I would like to say that by the blessing of a senior devotee, Achyuta Priya Prabhu, I asked him to go to the Holy Dham with my husband. And Achyuta Priya Prabhu is a wonderful personality. He's so wonderful that he knows everybody. And he said, "Oh, you can go with your husband, Nikolaich." I don't know why, how he knows his name. He didn't see my husband before. And so we got this blessing. And me and my husband, we went to the Holy Dham. We don't speak English, only two of us alone. And by this blessing, we went to Mayapur. And when we came to Mayapur, we met Vraj Kumar. And it was something wonderful. It happened so that I met his daughter in a shop, and she said that Vraj Kumar is my dad, and he will come soon, and he will help you to buy a SIM card. And we were speaking about Kiev, about 1990s, and she asked, "Do you know Abhinanda Prabhu?" And I said, "Yes, I know him." And me and my husband, they said that Abhinanda Prabhu is my son, and I cannot tell you how happy he was. He was so happy that because they were united in one Sankirtana. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj is here. We are sorry. We should stop. And so this house that was built by that Guru Maharaj now lives in, Vraj Kumar, he built this house.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. I am back again. I was asked to list the name of the devotees who have been involved in the organizing Vyasa Puja, online Vyasa Puja. I just list the names, and later will be sent the more detailed information who were responsible for what. Just the list of the names. Adhika Das, Yogavatara Das, Dina Gauranga Das, Vrindavana Vinodini Devidasi, Vishaka Priya Vrindavaneshwari Devidasi, Varshana Das, Lochana Sundari Devidasi, Abhinanda Das, Deva Vishwam Bara Das, Shema Priya Devidasi, Gaura Sundari Devidasi, Draupadi Rani Devidasi, Sati Devidasi, Nina Dayadri Devidasi, Bhaktin Karina Penkina, Bhakta Anton Babinkov, Arjuna Sakha Das, Krishna Kirti Das, Nanda Kumar Das, Kundalata Devidasi, Bhava Bhavini Devidasi, Sati Devidasi, Anuradha Priya Devidasi, Bhaktin Barislava, Gadruma Vihari Das, Pranasaka Das, Bhakta Vsevalat, and Bhaktin Nina Kamar. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Харе Кришна. Итак, мы с вами продолжаем третий заключительный блок.
So we continue third final block of Vyasa Puja by Srila Niranjana Swami Maharaj, we continue with offerings. And now the offerings will be read out by Harinamrita Prabhu and next the Gauranga Prabhu. Hare Krishna.